Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. And now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me, and answer me. When thou saidst, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Teach me thy way, O Lord, and lead me in a plain path because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. I had fainted, unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect out there, pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Okay? And what I want to get into, I was listening to the beloved brother, all right, big bro, Raquel Quam out of London. And he's playing the snippet, dealing with Russia and Iran, and how these latest events, are just pushing them closer together, okay, militarily, man. And just like we've been saying, these last few days, everything is working perfectly, in our favor, man. Okay, according to the scriptures, man. All right, the strategy, because even when you go on prophecy, especially dealing with war, it's all a strategy of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, all right, to get a particular outcome, okay? And that's America being turned into a desert, all right? This beast system, okay, destroyed, all right, removed from power, and Yahweh Shai delivering the elect and eventually ushering in the throne of David, okay? And these are the things that's going to build up to that outcome, okay? It all goes back to the will of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, his counsel, you see? So we're seeing these things play out perfectly, man, So the brother is going to play a clip, all right, and we're going to expound on it in spirit, Lord will, brothers and sisters edified. And I got another clip I want to play as well, So just so we stay in the loop on what's going on, because there's a lot of things that's transpiring and unfolding, and it's all speaking towards prophecy, and it shows that he is, all right, that the Heavenly Father, what he spoke from the beginning, okay, is coming to pass now, all right? So let's play this.
First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahavashai, Waharaka Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And I just heard a little bit of juicy information from this guy, John Mearsheimer, or whatever. Sound suspect still, but yeah. Let me play this.
Facilities of Iran, and number two, their oil fields and their oil refineries. And you want to understand that the Iranians have said, they've said it very clearly, that if our oil fields and our refineries are attacked, we will go against oil refineries and oil fields throughout the Middle East. This would have a
So, Iran, was telling, because everybody, saying what the small hat should do. People that have no clue, okay, of how war works, okay, or the consequences behind certain actions, okay. Why they don't just wipe them out? Why they don't just, it don't work like that, okay. It don't work like that. It ain't just yeah, you see, it ain't that easy, okay. But you have people saying the small hat should attack Iran's oil infrastructure, their nuclear facilities, and particular things. Well, Iran said, well, look, if you attack, our oil infrastructure, all right, our nuclear plants, we're just going to attack all the oil infrastructure in the Middle East. And Iran has the capability to do that, to reach out and touch with those precision ballistic missiles, all right, to destroy all those oil infrastructure in Saudi Arabia, in UAE, okay, in Qatar, you see, in Iraq, in Syria, okay. Iran can reach out and touch all this shit. So look, Iran said, well, look, if y'all do this to our infrastructure, look, we gonna shut the world down. We gonna shut this bitch down, okay. These are all oil infrastructure. We ain't gonna just be over here, crying about what y'all did to our oil infrastructure. Nah, we gonna start taking out all these oil infrastructures in that region. So that's pretty much the gun that Iran has pointed, at the head of the West. Okay, and this is why you see they very careful. I said they pull gimmicks and but there's certain things when it comes to Iran they won't do. They pull these gimmicks and act like, they these tough guys when it comes to Iran. But there's certain things they don't do. And you see America ain't really been active like that. They've been helping, they've been assisting, okay? But they haven't just been aggressive towards Iran like that, okay? So let's play this.
Catastrophic effect on the world economy. It's a quasi-nuclear option that the Iranians have. So you want to understand that as we're going up the escalation ladder here, it could lead to a catastrophe.
How? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
How precarious and isolated is Israel now, given the following? Iran and Russia are about to enter into, in the next 3 weeks, a mutual defense pact. The Kremlin has publicly warned Prime Minister Netanyahu to stay out of Lebanon. The Russian ambassador to Israel has publicly warned Russian citizens in Israel to leave Israel.
Share this real quick.
President Putin the Kremlin has leaked that President Putin has declined to take leave. The Russian ambassador to Israel has publicly warned Russian citizens in Israel to leave Israel. The Kremlin has leaked that President Putin has declined to take a phone call from Prime Minister Netanyahu, notwithstanding the persistence with which he requested one. What do all those things do? And one other thing, the Russian naval ships in the Mediterranean intercepted 13 Israeli missiles aimed for Lebanon. maybe they were coming a little too close to the Russian Navy. How do you view all that?
Yeah, so that's a lot. It's heavy, you know. That's heavy. All right, because first off, let's unpack that. Russia telling, Russia foreign minister, publicly telling Russian citizens to get their ass out of there, man. Okay, get y'all ass out of there, man. All right, because eventually, them folks gonna pull up. Okay, Russia and his allies eventually they gonna pull up, according to scripture, which we'll get into. So they're telling their citizens, okay, look, get out of there. All right, Vladimir Putin, all right, President Putin, he not accepting no phone calls from BB, okay, from Benjamin Netanyahu. He not accepting no phone call, cause guess what? It ain't nothing to talk to your coward ass about, man. We don't want to talk to your weak ass, man. All right, ain't nothing to talk about. Ain't nobody trying to talk to you, man. They gonna talk to you in a new way. Okay, that's what these nations is at with. They gonna talk to the West in the new way. These nations in the East, they finna start talking to the West in the new way, man. Okay, according to the scriptures, man. They finna talk in fire, man. That's the only language Esau understand. Okay, these devils in the West, that's the only language they stand. So nah, we ain't gotta talk on no phone. You know, you tough guy. You ain't gotta talk. We'll be there. You see, it ain't nothing to talk about. Prophecy talking. That's the talking, man. You know, you talk to that bitch ass nigga, man. Benjamin Netanyahu, man. Okay, running ass nigga, man. We ain't got nothing to talk about, man. Yeah, hey, cause it's just to that point. Okay, and then the Russian Navy vessels in the Mediterranean, they're intercepting missiles that are going from from Israel to Lebanon. Okay, as they have this ongoing conflict with Hezbollah. And guess what? This is what people gotta understand. Do you not know Russia can easily take down those fighter jets? Okay, do you know Russia can easily take down those fighter jets? It's easy work. They just haven't started doing it. Okay, don't let the idea of hype you up like they got it. Okay, they're just a fly in the room, and pretty soon that fly gonna get swatted. You know, but yeah, man. Russia is being more a guard to them nations, as the scriptures say. All right, and they done talking with this nigga Benjamin Netanyahu, man. They done talking to this nigga, and that's another phase of war when you start cutting off communication, man. Okay, and pretty much Putin said, nigga, nigga, don't call me, we'll call you. Basically, that's what Putin said, nigga, don't call me, we'll call you. You know, so that's it. You know, with Putin and small hat relations, man. Russia and small hat relations, man. You know, nigga bombing air bases, but then want to talk, nigga. We ain't nothing to talk about, man. We finna stop playing all these goddamn games. All these games that these small hats play over there, these little tough games they play. What Jake say, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Okay? So, let's let this play some more.
Well, a number of points. First of all, the United States and Israel are joined at the hip, as I've said on many occasions. And the Russians and the Iranians, this is my second point, have come to understand that there's no appeasing the United States or Israel. You have to play hardball with them. If you think you can be nice to the United States and to Israel and they'll work out some sort of accommodation with you, you're living dates into Israel and they'll work out some sort of accommodation with you. You're living in a dream world. So what this means is that the Russians and the Iranians are coming closer and closer together. And by the way, that alliance includes the Chinese and the North Koreans as well, right? Because they all understand that they're under threat from the United States. So they're coming closer together. And furthermore, as I just said, they all understand that you have to play hardball with the United States and with Israel. And that's what's going on here. And this is a remarkably dangerous situation because, as I said a few minutes ago, the Israelis and the Iranians are on the escalation ladder. And where this all ends is very hard to say. And now, what you're adding to the mixture is the fact that the Russians are beginning to assert their influence in the Middle East. And this just makes it even more complicated.
Would you describe
Now, yeah, that's all good stuff. This is all Ezekiel.
So yeah, man. I was listening to that this morning. I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know, when he said when he said they ain't taking no phone calls from goddamn Netanyahu, hell yeah. You know? Talk to this nigga, man. You see? So what we're seeing now, all right, let's get some pre-sales. All right. Let's go here. Oh, good morning. There's a spirit. I just passed by some Elamites. I just passed by Elam. Man, you can't make this up. Yeah, I never pass by Elam at this park. Let's go, man. Fucking go, man. You see? Hate niggas act tough, man. No, you ain't tough, man. You know? This Isaiah 21:2, it says a grievous vision is declared, okay? And the grievous is a terrifying division. And that alliance of Russia and Iran, tough out there. It's gonna be tough in the Middle East, man. Okay? It's finna get tough out there, man. Okay? You know, these Americans think, you know, that they just gonna get deployed over there and it's gonna be like Afghanistan and Iraq. Shit, no, it's gonna be a completely different outcome, man. Okay, you dealing with a completely different military force, man. Okay? No, man. You see? And that's just the two powerhouses, Russia and Iran. But you still got China. Turkey gonna get in the mix. Okay? North Korea gonna get in the mix. India gonna get in the mix. Okay? Japan gonna get in the mix, man. You see? This just getting started, man. It only gets worse and worse for America and these small hats, man. It only gets worse. It gets way worse, man. This is just the beginning of the beginning, man. Okay? It says a grievous vision is declared unto me, the treacherous dealeth treacherously, and the spoiler spoileth, man. And that's been America and these small hats, okay, for since 1948. Okay, because after World War II, you had America pretty much, you know, become the superpower of the earth. You know, you had the Bretton Woods Agreement. You see, well, pretty much that dollar was made the a world reserve currency, which was all a scam, you know, because it started off on a gold standard, then moved to a silver standard, then moved to pretty much nothing, and then they revamped it with the petrodollar, okay, in 72 with Henry Kissinger, all right, making a deal with those Saudis, you know, to only sell their oil in dollars, okay, and that's what gave, you know, the dollar life again. How you doing? Good morning. That's what gave the dollar life again, and ultimately it was backed up by the military as well. You know, it was reinforced. You know, it was backed by oil, but then it was reinforced by the military, man. You know, and that dollar has put everyone in debt, and not only in debt, you know, it can be weaponized to where certain nations are not allowed to use the dollar, you know, to do trade, and it cripples these nations' economy, man. So that dollar was very treacherous. It was a treacherous, okay, money system from the door. And it was meant to put these nations in debt to the bankers, man. Okay? So these small hats, okay, being, you know, those bankers, and America pretty much being the hammer, you know, the enforcer of these elite banking policies, man. They've been dealing treacherously in the earth, man. Okay? And now what these nations are doing, they're drawing away from their old way, you know, and the elite still have their hands, because this whole BRICS, because in another 3 weeks, okay, you have a BRICS meeting, I want to say, and you best believe it's gonna be a lot of military talk in that meeting. You know, these different nations are gonna come together to talk, you know, on a new economical system that frees them up, you know, from being subjected to the dollar. And ultimately, the BRICS currency is digital. You see, so the elites got their hands in that as well, you know, because they want that CBDC, you know. So that's a whole nother, you know, topic. But the point is, all right, one thing for sure, that these nations, you know, want to throw off the yoke of America, okay, and they want to dismantle them small hats, man. Okay, they gonna pummel them small hats. Okay, so yeah, the West has been dealing very treacherously in the earth, and now we're seeing these Eastern nations, all right, make these alliances economically and militarily to get at the West, man. Okay, so it says a grievous vision is declared unto me, the treacherous dealer treacherously, okay, and spoiler, go up, O Elam, besiege, which is Iran, okay, and besiege, O Media, all the sign thereof have I made to cease. Yeah, like the guy said, you can't play nice with the West. You know, you can't try to be reasonable with the West, you know, and be diplomatic, and, you know, when it comes to the West. He said you gotta play hardball. So all that sighing and crying and, you know, begging America and these small hats to do right, nah, man, they passed that. That's why Putin said, look at me, tell that nigga don't call me, man. You know, I'm not accepting no calls from this nigga, man. We done tried that, you know. You niggas don't respond to diplomacy, man. Okay? So that what they're doing, hey, they getting themselves ready. Be prepared, all right, for thyself and be a guard unto them. This Russia tapped in. God gets tapped into their purpose and prophecy, man. Okay? All that diplomacy and playing around with you niggas, that's over with. Okay? Let's go here. Isaiah 13. All right? Isaiah 13 and 17, it says, behold, I will stir up the Medes. Okay? So we see the Lord working on the minds, okay, of these Russians, man, beginning with Putin. Okay? And to start taking a very hard stance against the West, man. Okay? Them small hats, they not just gonna have, you know, free range to just go over there and do airstrikes and all this old bullshit. Russia, you best believe it's gonna come a time Russia gonna start smacking them goddamn planes out the sky, man, them fighter jets. All right, Russia gonna start reaching out and swiping, okay, them goddamn fighter jets out the sky. Okay, them bitch ass niggas in the cockpit, because and when that start happening, you think them coward ass IDF gonna keep doing them air runs? Hell no, they gonna be refusing to get in them jets. You know, when they see the footage, okay, of what happened to their people that's going on these little cute, pointless, okay, airstrikes, which don't have any effect on the battlefield outcome. Okay, you think them coward ass niggas gonna keep getting in them jets? No, man. Okay, it's only a matter of time. All right, so it says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Yeah, they don't want to talk. Okay, there ain't nothing to reason about. They can't be bribed. You ain't gonna be able to talk, okay, these Russians down off their stance. Okay, they finna help just like America helped these small hats on defense. Well, Russia finna help Hezbollah, Iran, the Houthi rebels. Okay, those resistance groups in Syria and Iraq. Russia just gonna start helping them on defense. Okay, and when you really gonna see how weak the IDF is when they don't have what you call air superiority anymore. We really gonna see how weak they are. They're really gonna be non-existent because they don't have any ground forces. Okay, them guys ain't built, okay, to put boots on the ground. Okay, they just meant to fight civilians with fighter jets. Okay, they not meant to go to war with no military. The IDF ain't built like that, man. Okay, and in the coming days gonna show it. All right, so let's keep reading. Verse 18, it said, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall not have pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children. Yeah, these missiles, man. Okay? These missiles are not going to pity. All right? Hey, these nukes, they're going to come and handle their business, man. Okay? This is where it leads to, and we're gradually seeing it lead up to that point. You know, could be 4 months from now, 6 months from now, a year and a half from now. We don't know, but eventually it's gonna get to that point. Okay, well it's gonna be that nuclear exchange, man. Okay, and America is gonna get the worst of it, man. All right, and it says, "And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldean excellence shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah." Okay, through fire, man. Okay, so we're gradually getting to that point, all right, that the Lord is going to do, all right, replay Sodom and Gomorrah in America. The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah is going to be replayed in America, man. You know, and these small hats are leading the charge, all right. They're dragging all these nations into this war, and this going to be the outcome. Okay, so let's go. I think he had a little more I wanted to play on here.
Ezekiel 38 jumping off the page. But what I found interesting was he said within the next 3 weeks, they're going to sign a mutual defense pact. Now, I did quickly try and find information, and I found that there's a new comprehensive agreement that they recently had another meeting on in September. Where was it? Right? September the 12th, right, of this new comprehensive strategic partnership agreement, which I assume this is the deal that, you know, that commentator was just speaking on, and he said it's going to be signed within the next 3 weeks. So it's everything was at November basically. So I found that very interesting because these mutual defense pacts is a recipe for World War III. That's how the game goes. Because everyone's throwing in their hat. It's like, listen, we can't afford for any of our allies to fall. So if you attack, we gonna attack. All right. So that was very interesting to me. But like I said, this is Ezekiel the 38th chapter jumping.
So yeah, so Iran and Russia, you know, have a mutual defense pact. Okay, which means that what, man? All right, if any one of them are attacked, the other one is gonna fall in. And it's not only Russia and China. I mean Russia and Iran. You know, eventually Turkey is gonna come in. All right, China is gonna come in. Okay, and we finna, hey, them guys finna get ready to pull up, man. And them small hats, you gonna have to stand on that business. Cause we know one thing for sure, them small hats not going out east. Them niggas not going out east. The east gonna come to them niggas, man. Okay, thus said the scripture. So let's get that, man. All right, this BRICS, you know, the Shanghai Coalition, the BRICS, all these are mostly Eastern nations. Okay, you know, Brazil and South Africa in the mix as well. Okay, which they not gonna be a factor in the war. Okay, but these Eastern nations, you know, that are coming together and making these military and economic alliances. All right, the Lord finna put the spirit on them to come see about them guys over there, man. You see, they finna pull up on the idea. All right, cause like I said, we know for sure them coward ass niggas ain't gonna go east. Okay, but the Lord gonna bring the east to them niggas, man. All right, and they not gonna hold up. You see, so let's go here. Let's get this in Revelation. All right. This is Revelation 16. And yep, as it goes to Armageddon. All right. And it says, let me see. Here we go. This is Revelation 16 and 12. It says, in the sixth, all right, angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared, man. All right, because eventually they're gonna make their march. The kings of the east. You look at all these nations on to the east of the Euphrates, like Iran, Russia, okay, China, North Korea, India. You see, the way of the kings of the east is gonna be prepared, and they're gonna come see about your mans. All right, they're gonna come see about these tough guys over here in the state of Israel. Okay, so the east gonna come to them. Okay, so let's get this another one, and then I got another video from Scott Riller, and Scott Riller's gonna go into a lot of things that I've been saying through the Spirit, because it's all the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. We're nothing but vessels. Okay, so let's get this in Jeremiah. All right. Let's go Jeremiah 50. All right, it's Jeremiah 50 and 9. For lo, I will raise, all right, and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations, man. So it's the Lord that's assembling these nations, these different alliances, man, for his purpose, man. Okay, and it's playing out perfectly, man. It's playing out exactly how we need it to, man. Okay, to get the outcome we want, all right, that we hope for, man. And it says, and they shall set themselves in array against her, all right. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrow shall be as a mighty expert, man. None shall return. Yeah, and the Lord, is working through these nations, all right, in the east, okay, to just completely destroy America, man. And those arrows, those ICBM missiles, okay, are going to be extremely accurate, man. Because ultimately, the Lord's Spirit going to be in those missiles, man, guiding them to their perfect, to their preset destination, man. Turning this bitch to a desert, okay. And you small hats gonna get their work too, okay. Cause they gonna pull up to where you small hats at, man. They gonna see, like I say, the small hats used to be in them cockpits and them fighter jets, and just letting off on these nations, man. You see? Good morning, how you doing? All right, but the Lord gonna have it to where these nations gonna walk this bitch down, man. They gonna walk them small heads down. Okay, they coming to. All right, they just gonna be on some up close shit. You see? And they say the IDF ain't built like that. That's why you get Ezekiel 38. All right, and you jump down. All right, this is Ezekiel 38 and 9. It says, "Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm." Okay, this the ultimate pull up. They gonna pull up on them guys, man. They gonna be there. See, China, Russia, Iran, they gonna be there. You see? And it says, "Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands of military, and many people with thee," man. So you're gonna have that great alliance of military, man. It's gonna just pull up in their region, man. Okay? That's why Putin said, nigga, ain't nothing to talk about, nigga. Stay tough like he is. Nigga, just stay tough when we get there. You see? This is where we at with it. Nigga, stay tough when we get there. All these all these CNN interviews and Fox interviews, Okay? But you know, nigga, you move like you are done, all right? Just keep that same energy, nigga. Just stay tough when we get there, you know? So, I got another video I want to play with Scott Ritter, all right? Now, I listened to this morning as well, you know? And this just lets us know that the Spirit dealing, because this is what we've been saying, you know? Let me go to... my boy Scott, here we go. Now listen.
Cops don't want you to know this. It was 2 in the morning, and I was on my way home after a long day of work.
The United States withdrew.
So I'm gonna let Scott go in, you know, and he's gonna say what we've been saying, man. You know, if you don't understand war, okay, then you'll think that the IDF is just kicking ass, man. But they're not going head up with nobody military. Okay, they pretty much just terrorizing civilians, man. They're not going heads up with anyone's military, man. Okay, so I'm gonna let this play, and we'll go from there.
Let's get started with what's going on right now in the Middle East. How fragile is the situation right now between Hezbollah and Israel?
I think we've reached the existential phase of this conflict. Israel crossed a red line in murdering Hassan Nasrallah. There's a phrase from, I think it's Matthew 26:52. He who takes up the sword shall perish by the sword.
You got Scott Ritter pulling precept. The only thing that makes sense of it all is the Bible, man. You know, which he's right. And Esau lives by the sword, which that was his blessing, but it's also his curse, because he's gonna die by it. Okay? So the Lord set this nigga up a long time ago in Genesis, man, for failure. Okay? Beautiful, man.
Israel has taken up the sword. Now, I know there's going to be people out there saying, Israel didn't start it October 7th. Yeah, they did. They started it back in 1948, and they've been pushing Palestine towards that ever since.
They started back in 1948, man. See, these devils on trial. Amalek is on trial, man. You see? No, man, let's go back. Stop with this October 7th shit, man. You know? Like the Small has just been this peaceful, you know. No, man. These folks been terrorizing their land, man. Okay? Stop playing these games, man. No, you go back to 48. Even before then, but hey, we put the stamp on 48, man. And all that wickedness these small has done is coming home to roost. Okay, man. In fact, let me get that. And then I'm gonna let my boy, my guy cook, man. Let's get that in Job 4 and 7. All right, this is the book of Job, chapter 4. I read 8, get to the point. Job 4 and 8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. Okay, and these devils have been plowing and sowing in wickedness. Okay, ever since they came back into power. Okay, once you go into what's happening with this conflict over there, you know, in the Middle East. Okay, in the state of Israel and surrounding areas. Hey, these devils since 1948 have been terrorizing, man. So now they're just reaping the things that they've sown in the earth, what they've sown in their region. Okay, and it's all coming back to them at one time. Okay, to where they're gonna get pulverized, man. Okay, we serve a just power, man, and that's justice, man. Okay, so yeah, let's go here.
Since Israel continues to occupy part of southern Lebanon, the Shebaa farms, which gives Hezbollah the legitimacy for its continued existence. And Israel has behaved as an out-of-control rogue state for much of its history. One can safely say that with the death of Yitzhak Rabin back in 1995, I believe, that Israel's never been serious about peacefully coexisting with its Palestinian neighbors. So it is what it is. We're entering a phase. I think those people who, are shouting out how Israel has won this war have no clue what war is and no understanding of what happened here. If you think if you're a football coach in the NFL and you think you're going to get to the Super Bowl by using trick plays alone, you'll be sorely disappointed. Trick plays may win one game late in the game, but trick plays do not a winning season make. And what Israel has pulled off in the last couple days is a series of trick plays. It looks good. Makes the ESPN highlight reels, pagers going off. Wow, headlines. Who the hell's talking about pagers today? Did it change anything? No. Motorola handheld walkie-talkies going off. Wow. Who's talking about that today? No one.
Today, we are formally inviting you to become a member of the 47 Club.
Who's talking about that today? No one. Nasrallah's dead. Wow. You really think that changed anything? You don't think Hezbollah has been preparing for Nasrallah's death ever since Israel was trying to kill him? Israel's been killing the Hezbollah leadership for some time now. Nasrallah took over in 1992 because Israel assassinated the head of Hezbollah. Nasrallah has prepared for this moment. The leadership is prepared. They have lines of succession. This is an organization that has been preparing for the very fight that Israel is now bringing to them since 2006, 18 years. You don't think they've thought through every contingency? Yeah, like I said, a trick play. Oh, pagers going off. Who would have thought about that? No one. So Israel got a cheap headline-grabbing moment, inflicted some casualties. But again, for every Hezbollah person you take out, the resistance organizational structure has somebody already identified to take their place. It's a cellular structure designed to, break apart as necessary. For instance, the southern Lebanese front will fight independent of direction from the Hezbollah center under the assumption that Israel would disrupt communications. So it's not as though there's a bunch of fighters right now saying, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? They know what to do. They've trained for it. They're prepared for it. And they'll execute this operation. Does this mean that everything's hunky-dory for Hezbollah? No, it doesn't. They're being put under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress.
So basically, all right, everything that those small hats could possibly do, Hezbollah, Iran, okay, they pretty much trained for that. They trained to fight with no communication. They're trained to fight in rubble, after those small hats, do those air raids, okay? They're trained for these things, all right? Everybody got their marching orders. Everybody know what it is, man, okay? And what you're seeing is a well-oiled machine up there with Hezbollah. Okay, no, they don't have the technology and the things that the small hats have, okay, but they got men, okay, they got men, all right, they got war-hardened warriors up there, man, okay, those mighty men spoken of in Joel, 3rd chapter, okay, so all these, these little cute antics and assassinations that the small hats are doing have absolutely no effect on the battlefield outcome. They prepare for they prepared. The Lord put it on their spirits to be prepared for anything that these small hats can pull off. Okay, and they know them small hats some cowards. They know how they get down, man. Okay, so let's play some more.
Yes, but as I said, it's something that Hezbollah is prepared for 18 years. Has Israel prepared for this? You see, I think Hezbollah is one of those fighters that prepares to go into the ring by actually sparring, meaning not just taking a swing at a heavy bag, but getting hit. Understand what it means to get hit, being prepared to get hit, conditioned to be hit. Israel's not prepared to be hit. Israel is, one of these people who goes in, hits the heavy bag, hits the speed bag, poses in front of mirrors, flexes. But now it's time to get in the ring. We'll find out what they got. I don't know what Israel expected by taking out Hassan Nasrallah, that this would just lead to automatic victory, the collapse of Hezbollah, the collapse of Iran. Benjamin Netanyahu thinks so. It is perfectly, with his perfect American accent, he addressed the people of Iran. Netanyahu is somehow laboring under the pretense that by murdering Hassan Nasrallah, Hezbollah will collapse, and with it Iran will as well. I think he's about to find out how resilient the Iranian-led resistance really is. I would have this word of caution for anybody who thinks about taking on Hezbollah and the Iranians. Martyrdom is a thing.
They're legally robbing you, and it's happening every time you pay for car insurance. Here's the
Iranians, martyrdom is a thing. And when you're dealing with people who sincerely believe the religion, the tenets of their faith, and that faith embraces martyrdom as a legitimate outcome, in some cases during jihad, a desirable outcome, killing them ain't going to solve anything. You know, when you cut off the head of the Hydra, 3 more spring up. And by taking out Nasrallah, all you did is guarantee that somebody stepped in. And that somebody right now is his cousin. He's now the, I apologize, I can't pronounce his last name, but
Saifuddin.
Okay. He was the head of, it's not as though they pulled him out of nowhere. This is a man who's been literally operating in Hassan Nasrallah's shadows. He's headed up the executive committee of Hezbollah, which means he knows the leadership. He's been on every important decision made, so he knows everything Hassan Nasrallah knows. In fact, I would say that he's actually better prepared to lead Hezbollah right now in this crisis because, as anybody knows, the CEO isn't necessarily the person you go to learn about day-to-day operations of an organization. They have lieutenants, they have deputies to do that. The CEO sits back and issues statements and signs documents and provides guidance. And Nasrallah was the CEO. But the people running the show are different people. And this cousin was one of the people running the show. It's the same thing. They kill the heads of various departments. And it's a serious blow. These guys have corporate knowledge. But to pretend that, the pyramid, the leadership pyramid of Hezbollah is so narrow that when you take out the top, the pyramid collapses is absurd. It's a very broad pyramid, and below each person there are a dozen or more ready to take their place, and below them are more. This is a true resistance organization, a true guerrilla-style cellular structure, and the idea that you're going to pop a couple bubbles and the whole thing is going to collapse is ludicrous. Is Hezbollah in for a long?
Yeah, man. So I just wanted to play that, to kind of reiterate, things that we've been saying. Okay, like I say that, those little gimmicks and stunts that those small hats are pulling. Okay, they are no factor when it comes to actual battlefield outcomes. Okay, so what we're going to continue to see, these alliances spoken of in Ezekiel, okay, these assembly of nations spoken of in Jeremiah, they're just going to become more clique tight, because they know the only way they're going to be able to deal with the West, is through them being unified under the banner of Russia. Okay, and you're going to see Russia and Iran at the forefront in this conflict in the Middle East. Okay, Elam, media. Okay, go up. Okay, go up to them guys, man. All right. So, when Russia and these nations, all right, come across the Euphrates, you see, the small hat's gonna have to stand on business, man. But they're not gonna be able to, man, because they were never built like that, man. Okay, and it's gonna be an embarrassment. You're finna see a lot of embarrassment on the half of these small hats, man. It's gonna be a lot of embarrassment, man. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the point. Just wanted to get into that, all right, because we're in that time, So let's end with a precept, all right. Go back to Jeremiah. All right, 50. I want to say it's 14. Yep. Jeremiah 50 and 14 said, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord." Okay? And ultimately this war is going to be a major part of the Lord's judgment, okay, on these nations' militaries and on the land of Babylon, America, and its civilians. Okay? So this is part of that judgment as well. And everyone that has nuclear capability, okay, is going to shoot off, is going to let off, okay, in America, man. So what we're seeing is the buildup. You know, these back and forth in the Middle East is going to build up, you know, to these prophecies of the annihilation of Babylon, okay, the destruction of the state of Israel, okay. All this going to play out, you know, and it's gradually getting there. Verse 15, shout against her round about. She have given her hand, her foundation, and her foundations are falling. Her walls are thrown down, her defenses, for it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh Bashim al Shai. So the Lord, you know, he's going to use these nations as part of vengeance, you know, his vengeance towards America, man. So this is why these nations are moving on the time that they moving on, man. You know, they're getting out of their diplomacy phase and getting straight into their war phase, man, till they get back. Okay? So the Lord is putting a cold spirit on these nations. Okay? He's made sure that these nations was equipped with the weaponry needed to destroy this bitch, man. Okay? And also to deal with these small hats. All right? So it says, for it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh Bashim al Shai, take vengeance upon her, and she have done, do unto her, man. Okay? So everything is coming home to roost, man. Okay? The wickedness of America, the wickedness of these small hats, the wickedness of the earth under this beast system, everything, all right, is coming home to roost. Okay? And the Lord's finna take vengeance in the earth, man. All right? And this third world war is gonna shake the earth. Okay? And we're just watching, you know, the beginning, okay, of the escalation that's gonna lead to all these prophecies being fulfilled, man. Okay? So, Lord will, you know, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. I'm gonna give all praise, honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful election.